What's up, you guys? You're watching Sergio's Secrets. Before I get started with today's video, if you could please give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe button. We're almost at 15,000 subscribers, so don't te cuesta nada if you guys could just, like I said, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and say hi to my little doggy. I decided to bring him on for a little video. I do want to show more aspects of my life, so I'm introducing you to my best friend. He's been in my life since I was in kindergarten. He is a senior citizen, but he's still doing pretty well. He's perfectly healthy and, you know, he's just living his best life. So I decided to bring him on, and now he's going to be sitting right there as we talk. I've been doing requested content every single day, so if you guys have any video requests, definitely leave them down below because I'm more than happy to be filming those videos for you. It's a video in a sense, but I'm taking it into a different direction. And today we're going to be talking about brands that I honestly fell out of love with, and that right now I'm not really checking for those brands. And there's more brands that I've been into, and a lot more contemporary brands and a lot more other designer brands that I've been into. And these are 5 brands or 4 brands, I'm not really sure how many brands are there, that I just kind of fell out of love with. So like I said, give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe por favor, y vamos a comenzar with today's video. The first brand that I kind of feel like I fell out of love with is Chanel. Is that bad, guys? Is that bad que dije Chanel? Like, everybody's holy grail bag, my holy grail bag that I wanted since a child. I have it. I literally brought it so I can show it to you guys in this car vlog. You know, my Chanel Maxi, you know, my holy grail bag that I wanted. And you know, I have la carterita. So what I have from Chanel is 2 shoes, 2 wallets, and this bag. That's all I have from Chanel. I don't have anything else from Chanel. I kind of have my core kind of items, but no, mire, I saw a YouTube video where somebody was talking about, you know, once you have one Chanel bag, it's kind of the same thing. It's a quilted flat bag. So how many more can you have? So for me, I've just been so obsessed with more brands. Like, I've been reaching for like my Dior book tote, my Dior saddle bag. I've been reaching for some Tory Burch bags. I literally ordered a new Coach bag that actually came like 3 minutes ago because I just checked the camera and I saw the UPS guy delivering it. And I just been into many other brands that I don't really want to spend like $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7,000 on a bag. You know, I did it once. You know, I love it. I'm so happy. You know, I did it with my Dior book tote that's back there and my Dior saddle bag. But right now, I'm in a place where, you know, if I want to, yes, si puedo comprar un Chanel bag, but taking a little bit of a break, and I'm enjoying the stuff that I already own, and I'm gonna be reaching out to other brands that are out there. Like I said, I don't know if you guys, I've been filming a lot more videos, and you know, if you would have asked me this like 6 weeks ago, what's your favorite brand that you always go to? Chanel. And it is Chanel, pero it's just something about Chanel I'm kind of falling out of love with. And I don't know too, because I went to London trying to find Chanel bags, like the ones that I wanted, and they were just so rude. Like, I went to Selfridges, I went to the one in Harrods, and I went to the one on Sloane Street, and I think I went to the one on Bond Street too, and I went to the one in Heathrow Airport. And I don't know, the one in Heathrow Airport, they were nice, but all the other ones, they just seemed like they just didn't want to help me out. Like, les valieron. And for me, like, when I go and spend a lot of money, my hard-earned money that I took weeks, months, years to save, you know, because for me, like, I can't go out and buy a Chanel bag every week, or a Chanel, you know, something that's $500 every week. I can't do that financially. And you know, when I go to spend my money in a boutique, I want to have a great experience, you know what I mean? I don't know, I feel like for Chanel, I really don't get that experience. And out of all the items, I bought this one pre-loved, and I bought my wallet pre-loved as well. Kind of out of love with Chanel right now. Like, it's just something about Chanel. Maybe I see so many people wear it all the time, so many people have it. You know, I love other bags. Like I said, like, I've been using my Dagny Dover bags, my Dior book tote, my Tory Burch Perry tote, and I've just been so obsessed with those bags. My Prada pochette, my Louis Vuitton pochette. It could be that I also have so many new bags in my collection that, you know, I feel very satisfied in my collection. But I don't know, I just feel like Chanel right now, in my moment in this light, as of today, maybe the next couple of weeks, and maybe the next couple of months, I'm just kind of fell out of love with, and I'm not willing to spend $5,000 on a Chanel bag right now. And even if the economy was great, like, let's say, you know what, it's not happening right now, I feel like I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to there's other goals that I want to reach financially, and then there's other items that I want more than another Chanel bag. And you know, these Chanel bags are expensive. They're thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So I mean, it's not something que puedo ir a comprar un día, like, oh my god, I'm just gonna buy this. No, it's something that you have to plan. You have to, for me, when I bought this bag, I had to budget my money for months and months and months. I had to get rid of certain stuff, you know. So I don't know, right now it's just Chanel. It's just like, I love it. I love the items that I have. I will have them forever. I will never get rid of them. They're my babies, they're my child. Los amo mucho. I worked so hard, so much sweat, tears, cries para agarrar estas bolsas. Pero I'm just, right now, I'm just not into Chanel currently. Like I said, it could change, pero I don't know. I'm just kind of, I feel it up. I know Chanel's prestige. Chanel will always be that girl. Chanel will always be, in my opinion, out of all the brands that are out there, Chanel will always be one of the top 3. You know, Chanel is Chanel, you know what I mean? When you think of Chanel, you think of Chanel number 5, you think of Chanel flat bag, you think of Chanel Espadrille, Chanel ballerina flats. Like, Chanel's such a recognizable classic brand that will never go out of style. You know, Coco Chanel created her brand from the grounds up, and I love and I know a lot of her history, her, you know, her heritage of the brand. But right now, I just think that Chanel is just something that I'm gonna be taking a pause at. I'm satisfied with the things that I have, and I don't really want to, I just don't want to pay $4,000, $5,000, or even, I don't know, $2,500 for a Chanel wallet on chain, or $1,000 for Chanel sneakers. I just don't want to do that right now. I just think there's other things that I prefer and that I rather want. So not saying that I will never purchase Chanel again. It's just for the meantime right now, I'm just taking a little bit of a break from looking at Chanel bags and inspiring. There's just other things that I much rather have, or just other things that I'm focusing on. You know, as I'm making this channel, I'm focusing and I'm realizing a lot of things that, you know, yes, all these items are very nice to have and we all work hard for them, or sometimes, you know, you're very fortunate that you guys, you know, you have people that buy stuff for you. Like I have, you know, I'm very fortunate that I have connections to get stuff some on sale, and, you know, I do get, you know, gifted some stuff from like friends and family throughout like birthdays and Christmases and stuff. And so I'm very fortunate in that way. But I don't know, I just think that I want to experiment with other brands, and I want to try new other brands that are out there. Like I made a video about like contemporary handbag brands that nobody talks about, and I talked about like Claire V, and I talked about Brahmin, and I talked about, you know, all these C by Chloe that, you know, I really don't know much about it, and I want to learn about it, and I want to play around with those brands because those are new to me. So I just think that going forward right now for Chanel, I am just going to be taking a little bit of a break, and I'm going to be you know, maybe thinking about other brands. And you know, that right now I'm just on a Chanel pause. And like I said, I know I will be falling in love with Chanel again, but just right now, Chanel, and I've been feeling like that for a while. Like for Christmas, I was like literally this close from buying a Chanel bag, but I just couldn't do it to myself. I didn't feel like spending, I think the bag that I wanted was $4,800. I just didn't want to do it to myself. I didn't want to spend $4,800 on a bag, you know. And I don't know, like every time I feel the Chanel bags, they just feel like weird. Like mine's like an older style flat bag, and the quality feels a lot better than a lot of the newer styles. So I don't know. And then yeah, like I said, like Shoppeaks wasn't like always the best experiences. So I mean, we'll see how this will go. But like I said, my love for Chanel will not end. It's just right now I'm taking a little bit break. But like the items that I do have, like I use this on a consistent basis. I love it, I appreciate it. But right now I'm focusing on other brands, and if I were to compare another brand that I'm focusing on more is like Dior. Like I love Dior. Every single time I go to a Dior boutique, every single time I talk about Dior, like the people that work for Dior are the nicest people ever. Like so caring, so like wonderful. Like I have never had a bad experience at Dior. Like before I bought my book tote, I went to Highland Park here in Dallas, and I bought my Hermes belt, and I went to other boutiques to look at stuff, you know, because stuff that I wanted for my birthday, because I bought the belt in August, and in September 4th is my birthday. And so I was just looking at stuff, and I went to other stores, and some people were really rude. They didn't want to talk to me. And you know, I went to Dior, and I was just looking and playing with all the bags, and I was there for like a good 25-30 minutes, and everybody was nice, everybody was helpful, even though I didn't purchase anything. You know what, I did come back a month later, and maybe not a month, but like 3 or 4 weeks later, and I did go back and bought the Dior book tote that I now have, and I love so much. So I don't know, I will be taking a break, but there's other brands that I'm just a little bit more liking right now. And that we're going to be talking about that I kind of fell out of love with, and why I fell out of love with, and it's MCM. So when I first started kind of my career, I bought a lot of MCM bags. Like I had an MCM Boston bag, I had an MCM flat bag, I had an MCM tote, I had an MCM backpack. I just had like quite a bit of MCM items. I had an MCM belt, and the reason why I fell out of MCM, now I will say MCM items are highly well made. A lot of like their nylons, they get them from the same place where a lot of like the Prada nylons and a lot of these other brands get their canvases and their materials. Like there's this place in Italy where you get all of that. Even though they may be produced, let's say like MCM bags are made in Korea, they still source a lot of those materials from Italy. Made las bolsas and everything from MCM, I will say that they're highly well made. And when I started getting into MCM, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just, you know, just a brand that says MCM. Started learning more about the brand, and I started educating myself and, you know, who MCM was, how did the brand started, it got bought out, what does the brand represent today, who are like the ambassadors. Like I started very researching about MCM, and you know, MCM has like quite a bit of history. It's a brand, it's a German brand, and so, you know, that's what made me kind of fall in love with MCM as I started purchasing, you know, all these items. But I don't know, I think the reason why I kind of stopped wearing MCM and I got rid of all my MCM items except the belt, which I think MCM is just, I just stopped liking out of nowhere. If I were to go back and buy MCM bag, I would not probably get the cognac canvas. I bought the black canvas and the white canvas, which I really did like. But I don't know, just something about MCM. I don't know if it was their branding or maybe who their ambassadors are for the brand. About sometimes like sometimes when I think about handbags, I do think about the times that I had MCM bags, and you know, I really did like them. I enjoyed them. They hold up really well. They were beautiful. I get complimented on, especially the Liz tote. It was such a great tote because it was reversible. It was, you know, canvas. It had the little pouch in it. And, you know, my time with the bags, I love them so much. And sometimes I think to myself, I think it's a brand that I'm definitely going to be revisiting about. And I know this may sound controversial, and I apologize if it doesn't sound the way I'm trying it to make it be, but I think MCM's image has changed throughout the years, and so I think right now their image is changing again. Well, I think every brand goes through phases of like their brand, seasons after seasons, and it's changing at the point where I feel ready to buy another MCM bag. You know, they went through like a little bit of a period, and there was like a lot of replicas, and that's what honestly really turned me off as well from the brand. But I think that kind of like the MCM hype is kind of dying down, and like the real people that really do like MCM is kind of showing out. So I think MCM is a brand that I will be revisiting. I will probably be going to the MCM boutique here in Dallas and playing around with their bags, and you know, I potentially see myself purchasing an MCM bag later down the pipeline. Like I said, all the bags that I've had, I loved, I fell out of love with, but it is a brand that I fell out of love with, and who knows, I think honestly I may actually revisit. If you guys have any thoughts or opinions about the brand MCM, definitely leave them down below. I prefer their leather goods more than their canvas. The leather is really nice, and I think for the price you get a lot of bang for your buck. And honestly, I feel like I shouldn't have gotten rid of some of my MCM bags. I should have kept some of them, like the white flat bag I really did like, and my black Boston tote. I should have kept them because those are classics, and I literally sold them for like $150 for the flat bag, and I think I sold the Boston bag for like $200, like nothing like what I paid for, and they were like in awesome condition. So I don't know, I think I will be revisiting MCM in the near future, maybe after this is all over. Yeah, it is a brand that I fell out of love with, and the times I had MCM bags, and like I said, I really did like the times that I had the bags. I think they were really great, and I don't know why I sold them. I should have kept at least the white flat bag, because that was probably my favorite one. The next brand that I've kind of fell out of love with is to be Balenciaga. Now Balenciaga is a brand that I'll tell you what I own from the brand. I have a Balenciaga t-shirt, I have some sneakers, and I have fanny pack, and I used to have a pink tote bag, and I think that's all I've ever had, just those 4 items. Me, why I'm kind of falling out of love with Balenciaga is just, I don't know, I see their Instagram account, and it's just like literally like random pictures. Like I feel like when you're a prestige brand, you're supposed to carry yourself a way of sophistication, a way of, you know, you're supposed to set the standard really high. And like for me, like when I see myself as like a 19-year-old, I always like to have set a standard high for myself. I don't like to set myself low. I always like to, you know, I always let myself be at a certain standard, and I don't like to drop from that. You know, that's how I am. That's how I always probably will be. If I were ever to come out with like a brand or something, the standard and let's say the quality and the way that everything is perceived as will always be up high, because that's the way I would want it to be. And so Balenciaga's Instagram is just like random pictures, and I don't know, I feel like when you're a high-end brand that makes millions upon millions, and you're backed by Kering, which is, you know, like Gucci and YSL and Balenciaga, they're Bottega Veneta, they're all kind of one company. Like, you would think that they would have more of a prestige, and maybe because I don't get it, but I'm like young, you know what I mean? Like, I should get what they're trying to post, like trying to be kind of cute, fun, and quirky, but I just find it distasteful. It makes it feel a little bit too juvenile, and it makes me not want to shop from the brand. We'll be keeping all the items that I have. Like the shoes that I have, they're really comfortable for my 9 to 5. I'm always, or just like when I'm filming vlogs or I'm always out and about, they're comfortable shoes, and they've been worn quite a bit. So honestly, at this point, if I were to get rid of them, I wouldn't get anything. So I'm just gonna keep them. The fanny pack, I like it because you can't really see that it says Balenciaga, but if you look up close, you can, because it's kind of a charcoal color. And then the shirt, it has holes in it, like I kind of destroyed it, so you know, it's probably worth nothing. So I will be keeping the items that I have, but I don't think going forward, I don't think I'm going to be purchasing anything from Balenciaga going on. Oh wait, then I had a black tote too from Balenciaga. So I did have quite a bit of Balenciaga items, and I don't know, I just think that I just don't like the way they're branding and the way they go about things. I don't like it. Maybe I just don't get it. I know it's supposed to be more, but I don't get it. And for me, like I said, if you're $1 million brand, I would expect some sophistication, and I would expect for you to carry your brand super elevated. When I look at their Instagram and their social media accounts, I just take it as a joke. Like, are you serious? And yeah, so that's what I think about Balenciaga. And also, like, and Balenciaga has become too saturated, and I do see a lot of replicas. And I don't know, I just think that like I said, I think people buy, you know, when people buy designer for the wrong reasons, I think Balenciaga is definitely one of them. Like, you're buying, you know, a $1,200 hoodie that says Balenciaga, or like me, like I felt for it. Like, I bought a Balenciaga shirt that says literally Balenciaga, that, you know, if it didn't say Balenciaga, I probably wouldn't have went for that color. But I did get it on, so I think I got it for like $250. I got it half off, but regardless, that's not the point. Like I don't know, I think I kind of fell for the hype in the shirt. I don't regret buying the shoe, and I don't regret buying the fanny pack, because they're practical pieces that I do wear in my collection that I do like. But I did kind of fall into that hype, and it's kind of like that Balenciaga hoodie or shirt. It's kind of or like that sweatshirt that says Balenciaga. Like, I don't know, like I just feel like juvenile for me. Maybe that's a taste. And like I said, I like to have a little bit more sophistication, and, you know, always kind of set yourself up higher. Not that you're better than everybody, but like, I mean, like, I think everybody in life should go for their aspirations, should go for their dreams. I know we're kind of getting off topic, but, you know, I just feel like I don't see myself in Balenciaga, if that's the question. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, especially if I'm spending, you know, hundreds of dollars, I want to see myself in that brand. Or like, let's say Tory Burch. Like, I see myself in Tory Burch because, you know, their Instagram and everything, social media, is up to my standard. They make great quality products, you know, a lot of it minimal. It kind of goes with my vibe. Most pieces, not all of them. And, you know, they're just a company that, you know, it's for the working person. Like, as far as like, you can take the bags to 9 to 5. They're very versatile. You can take them when traveling. Like, they're just very user friendly, and, you know, it's a great price point for what it is. And so I see myself in Tory Burch, or let's say like Theory. Like, this is a cashmere sweater from Theory. Theory is a very minimal, clean brand, and that's what I see myself in. It's the classic elevated pieces that, you know, I think I've had this, I know I'd have to depill it a little bit, but I've had this for about 2 years in my collection. And, you know, it was a little bit pricey. I think I got it for like 75% off, but it was still, I think this was like $600 retail, and I paid $150, which is still kind of expensive. But I mean, it's a classic item that will, after I depil it, it will like literally never go out of style. Like, it's just a classic cashmere kind of little cardigan. So I just feel like that's how I kind of see myself, and Balenciaga doesn't represent. And also, I'm not really into that type of streetwear more thing. I will wear kind of outfits that incorporate streetwear because I do like to wear like sneakers and stuff. But for the most part, I'm more like of a black tee, white tee, you know, like type of person, like denim trousers type of person. So that's the reason why I kind of fell out of love with Balenciaga, and I don't see myself falling in love with Balenciaga anytime soon. Like I said, MCM I do, and Chanel I do. But Balenciaga I don't see myself falling in love with anytime soon. Next brand that we're going to be talking about is Givenchy. And Givenchy is a brand that I've always wanted. You know, I always wanted the Givenchy Antigona Mini. And I'll tell you, I've had multiple bags from them. I've gotten rid of some. I only have two in my current collection. Shoes from them, and I have other items. And I have a ready-to-wear coat that's me, and I love it so much. It's the gorgeous, most prettiest trench coat I've ever seen and laid my hands on. And like I said, I will always like Givenchy. I think Givenchy makes great ready to wear. But let's go ahead and go back. So the reason why I kind of fell out of love with is just a lot of their items just says Givenchy on it. Like their hoodies, their shirts, Givenchy. There's no creativity. There's no reason for me to spend a lot of money on a hoodie that says, you know, Givenchy. And you can say, well, Sergio, you have a hoodie that says Moschino and Burberry and Balenciaga and Gucci. I understand that. I got those on sale, and that was like in the past. Like I don't think I would do that now. Maybe, don't correct me, but I feel like a lot of their items, when I look at like their sneakers and stuff, they just say like, I just see Givenchy. I think you're selling yourself as Givenchy and not like as a brand that's quality and that, you know, has heritage. And you know, that's what I see it as. For me, I love the Antigona. I love my mini bag, and I love the bigger one that I have. It's a bag that I've always wanted. When I see when it was a popular bag at the moment, I think it's still a classic handbag. When I saw everybody have it, look at my dog. When I saw everybody have it, I just like, I've always aspired to have it. You know what I mean? Yo siempre he tenido las ganas de comprarme cosas buenas, and I always worked hard for everything that I've had. You know, you guys already know my first job, and I would help my dad out on the weekends, because you know, my dad also, like, he has multiple things going on. So I'd always help him out, and I would always earn extra money. And you know, when I was helping him, you know, I would always just kind of, you know, I would always think about all these items, and I would always aspire that one day I want to be like, I would see, like, if I would go to the mall, or if I would, you know, see people, or like looked up to people like on YouTube, I would always be like, I want to be like them one day. Like, they just look so fearless. They look like they can conquer the world. Like, they just look like they, you know, they just own the room in any situation. And I don't know, I feel like now it's kind of a reality, because people tell me that all the time. Like, people are like, oh my god, like, te miras bien bonito, te vistes bien padre, bien chilo. And I don't know, I take everything with a grain of salt. And I just think it's kind of weird how, like, I was thinking about how I wanted to be like 4 or 5 years ago, and now I'm slowly becoming the person that I wanted to be, and you know, that I was destined to become in this life. And I just think it's so weird. And I don't know, I think Givenchy, I think a lot of their stuff, like I said, it's kind of too branded, and I think you lack kind of creativity. I know it sounds really bad. And some other items, not most of them. And I think it kind of goes back with Balenciaga, or like the Balmain t-shirt. People buy them less about who Givenchy is, the history, the heritage, what it means. They just want it more as a status thing. And I've noticed that a lot more, that people buy like Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci bags, Tory Burch bags, Kate Spade bags as more of a status thing. And for me, yes, I know things have statuses and prestigious, and I like that, and I appreciate it, but that's not the reason. I buy it because I love it. Like, I love the history. I love researching stuff. Like, I love to see how things are made. I love to talk to people in the industry. Like, I just love it all. And I just see people kind of buy Givenchy, you know, stuff just kind of for the wrong reasons. And I just think a lot of it's just kind of like just Givenchy on a shirt, and I just think it kind of lacks creativity. And I understand that's what the customer wants. They want like a logo shirt, that's what's in. I understand that, but I don't know, from what I've seen on a turn off, like I said, they're ready to wear, like their dresses and their clothing. Like, I have that coat, I love it. It's such a beautiful coat, especially when I went with the belt. When I wore it to London, I got so many compliments. I had padding right here, estaba like padre, and I love it. And it's a piece that I will never sell in my collection. It's a piece that I am literally obsessed with. But as far as, so I do like that aspect, but I don't see myself purchasing anything Givenchy in the near future. I just feel like a lot of it's just kind of, like, you know, just put a logo in there and people will buy it. And so that's how I feel about like these brands. So let's say Chanel, MCM, Givenchy, and Balenciaga are just kind of brands that I've just kind of fell out of love with. And there's one more brand too that might shock you, but that we're going to talk about is Saint Laurent. For me, you know, one of my bags that I bought right after high school when I graduated, well, I graduated early, right? And I didn't go to my prom because I was never part of my class. I was always kind of a loner. I would always kind of do my own thing. That just has always been me. You know, I had like friends, but I mean, you know, like friends they end with ends, you know what I mean? That relationship's supposed to end at one point. They're part of my class, right? But I never went to my graduation. I know a lot of teachers reached out. A lot of people wanted me to go to like prom and stuff like that, but that's just not me. I don't think that would ever be me. It isn't important to me, and I understand that for some people, prom or graduation means the world for them. You know, the first people to graduate high school, or the first people to go to college in a generation. It's like, you know, I understand the importance of it, but for me, it was just never important. And I always expressed myself that to my family, that, you know, it's just, for me, I just see it as a piece of paper, and that piece of paper doesn't define me. So I bought the YSL cape bag as a present to myself, and then like a month later I bought the YSL card holder, and I got the cape. I loved it. I remember when I bought it, like, I remember I was leaving work, and I left around 5, and I drove to the store, and I went, and I was like, I want that bag, because I've already looked at it like 5 times before I went and bought it, and I was like, I want that bag right there. And the lady looked at me crazy, because I think she was like new, and she's like, really, this person's gonna like buy this? And it was probably a pretty slow day, so, you know, she got a little cute commission sell. And so yeah, she looked at me like psycho, but I was like, oh my god, I've been wanting this bag for such a long time. And you know, I had it, I loved it, I used it, I still use it, but I have a lot more other bags that I've been using more in my collection, but I would never sell. That bag meant, like, you know, graduating early, putting yourself forward, working hard. And you know, like I said, I don't go into debt buying stuff. Like, I buy stuff as I can afford it, you know, but I still have savings, I still have Roth IRAs, I still have all these different things going on. I would never buy something that I cannot afford, or that I would have to max out credit cards, or that I would have to put myself financially burdened. I just don't put myself in situations like that. I know a lot of people do, and you know, I don't think that's something that's okay. It's okay if you buy something maybe 0 APR, you don't get charged interest. That's fine for a larger purchase, but for the most part, I don't like to, you know, I could buy stuff that I can genuinely afford. So at the time, I saved up a lot of money, you know what I mean? And I bought the bag, and I was so happy. And you know, I used it, and I got the card holder, and then I got like some YSL shoes and more YSL bags, and you know, some ready to wear pieces. And I just think I'm kind of I'm a little tired of YSL currently. That's the brand. Saint Laurent, you know, everything has the YSL logo, and like I said, I've been wearing YSL for literally like ever since I got that bag from all the other bags that I've had, like the wallet on chain, my Lulu that I have right now, my large chevron bag, you know, clothing, and you know, shoes. So right now I'm just kind of taking a break from YSL. Everything has the kind of YSL logo. I'm kind of liking more of their other pieces. I will always love YSL. I will always have a big heart, but right now I'm just taking a break from YSL, and that's why I've been more into Dior, more Coach, more Tory Burch, more All Saints, Dagny Dover, Longchamp. Like, I've been more into those brands currently. But like, I feel like everything is a rotation. You know, you go through phases, you go through things, and you evolve, and you become different people, you know, every couple of days. And I think that's something that's so beautiful. So for me, that's what I kind of fell out of love with. It's just the YSL and everything. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes my head hurt a little bit. And maybe that's the same thing for the Chanel. I can't process that right now. It's just, maybe I'm just tired of seeing the double C's everywhere, and I just wanted to, you know, look at something else, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, like, I know it sounds so weird, but when I go to sleep, sometimes I put the bag not next to me, but I put it like on like, I have a queen mattress, so it's like me right here, and then like sometimes my dog sleeps like at the bottom, like tiene una colchita for him, and then I have like my bag on the side. And sometimes I just wake up and I always see my bag there. Like, that's just always how it's been for the most part. Or I put it on next to like the nightstand, of seeing the YSL logo and everything. Like I said, the quality, the craftsmanship, and everything about YSL I love. It's one of my favorite brands. but right now I'm just taking a little bit of a break, and I think maybe that's what it is for Chanel too. I'm taking a little bit of a break. But yeah, these are kind of brands that I kind of fell out of love with. I don't know, like, I don't know, do you guys feel like that? Do you go through stages where you like stuff and where you don't like stuff? So great about fashion is that it's a form of expressing yourself, and you know, you can express yourself through a brand or through an image, and you know, that can always change, or you can always go back to it. And like I said, I will always love all the brands that I've talked about. It's just right now I'm just loving other brands. Like right now for clothing, like I'm into Theory, I'm into Vince, I'm into Veronica Beard. You know, all the blazers that I wear, they're usually Veronica Beard, and I'm into like brands like that. Versus, you know, a while back I was more into kind of Rag and Bone, I was more into, you know, other kind of Madewell and Free People, and you know, now I'm kind of into different brandings. And you know, I think that's what's beautiful, is that you can kind of express yourself and you feel yourself and you go through different phases, and I really like that. But like I said, I like all the brands that I mentioned, like literally no hate, because I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. If you own any of these items, like I said, I've owned items from all of them. I think most of the items that I purchased were worth the money, but I'm just taking a break with them, and I'm kind of falling in love with other brands and other images and just other things that I just kind of like, you know what I mean? I just been liking other things, and I will always go back to them. A lot of these brands will always be my core, like my core flat bag, my core, you know, Chanel wallet, you know, my YSL cape bag. Like those are things I will always have, that I will always forever treasure in my life. But it's just right now I'm just taking a break. Like I'm using this every day, but I'm not lusting for another wallet because I'm already satisfied with this. Maybe that's what it is too, that I'm just satisfied with all the things that I have from these brands, that you know, it's maybe time to branch out for a different brand or go out of my comfort zone and, you know, try different brands. So yeah guys, these are going to be brands that I kind of fell out of love with. And yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Are there's any brands that you kind of guys fell out of love with, that you used to be really passionate and love, but right now you're just kind of taking a break? I think I'm just taking a break, but who knows, even like next week, tomorrow, a month, a year from now, I could be so obsessed and I can love everything back again, and everything could change, and it's not even me having to buy anything. It's just maybe I took a big break and now I'm ready to be using those bags again. So I think it's such a beautiful thing that we have options and then we have choices, especially like in clothing, because it expresses who we are. And yeah guys, este va a ser el little car vlog from today. Son cosas que, you know, this car vlog is basically brands that I fell out of love with and why. A little kind of chit chat. Ya sabes que ustedes les gustan cuando hago little chit chat videos. Mira, está dormido, mira. Oh, my little baby. Oh. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. All video requests, definitely leave them down below. I'll be thumbs up, hit subscribe button. We're almost there at 15,000 subscribers. I'm so happy and excited that my channel is growing day by day, and all the people that are watching videos, I love each and every single one of you. Hope you guys take care throughout these tough times. I'm not sure if I will still be doing these car vlogs, just because I don't want to go out. I didn't go out like the last 2 days. I may just have to Uber Eats it, and then we can just do one in my living room, because it or we can do one like sitting down, or we can just do these videos somewhere else, or maybe outside in my patio. You know, these kind of little car vlogs, but you know, in another location that's not my studio. We'll see how this goes. But I may just not even leave just go to my car and not even go anywhere, not even go through the drive-through, and then just sit like at some parking lot and just talk. Because I also do, like, I'm so used to driving, I'm so used to being out and about, that I get urges that I just have to, you know, go out and about. But yeah guys, I love each and every single one of you. Los quiero mucho, and hope you guys have a great one y se cuidan mucho. Like I said, I love each and every single one of you, and take care, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.